this other story, this is about the first time I ever shit my pants, or the first time I could ever remember shitting my pants, which I think is just as special, because I'm sure there were times before this memory that I shit my pants, but I feel like I remember this only because I felt like I knew it wasn't supposed to be a thing you can do, shitting your pants. Like, I felt like it was my first rebellion against society when I decided to shit my pants and not put that poop in the toilet. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put this in my pants. I know it's not where it goes, but I made a decision. I'm growing as an adult, as a human being. But I'm 5. I'm 5 years old. And I was living in Marshalltown, Iowa, and my mom, I was in kindergarten, and my mom set up a play date with this other kid in my class. I didn't have many friends in kindergarten, so she had to set up a play date. And we went over to this kid's house where we played all day, you know, like boys do. We were hanging out. And then the mom calls us in to have lunch. And the dish that she decided to make for lunch was macaroni and cheese. And I grew up both my parents were Filipino, so they rarely cooked like American food. And so this is the first time I ever had macaroni and cheese. And I don't know if you guys ever thought about macaroni and cheese, but as a kid, that's like the best meal ever. Especially as a Filipino kid who's never had macaroni and cheese. It's just like the most color yellow of any food I've ever seen. Because like, oh, I get to be a cartoon for a second and eat this macaroni and cheese. Felt like I was reaching my hand into a TV and grabbing a food and eating it. And I loved macaroni and cheese, I found out. I ate like 3 bowls of it. This kid's mom, she never met me before. And I also, the disease I was talking about, I had crippling OCD as a child. So I, you know, when it came to toilets, that was like a fucking nightmare. It was the worst. Like I even had problems like taking shit in my own bathroom in my house because I was like, my brother and sister, where their bare ass has been. Like it was a very scary thing. And so I ate 3 bowls of macaroni and cheese, and we go out and play, and as boys do, their favorite things to do, we pretend we were cops and robbers, which involved a lot of squatting behind bushes, putting pressure on your stomach while wrestling, while getting pinned. And then I felt it. I felt the drop in my stomach and the tightening of my 5-year-old asshole. And I tried to hold it, and I didn't. Like everyone else, you try to prevent this awful thing. And so I finally couldn't hold it in, and I go up to the kid's mom and say, "Where's your bathroom?" And she goes, "It's in there." And I go into the bathroom. I already don't want to do this, and then I looked at the toilet seat. And I saw it was a wooden toilet seat. Has anyone ever seen a wooden toilet seat? Why the fuck do they make those? Like, you need to be sterile in bathrooms. Don't use wood as a material. Who's ever seen anyone wash wood before? So immediately in my head I was like, there's no way I'm putting my ass on there. And I was looking in the mirror, I was like, what am I gonna do? And so I just shit my pants right there, decided, you know, in my head, I have OCD. For some reason, I thought that shitting in my pants was a lot more hygienic than me putting my ass on a thing designed to sit on to shit in a toilet. So my underwear is filled with shit, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I start crying just a little bit. Just a little bit, because I'm like, already, you know, fucking, there's no turning back. You shit your pants, be a man about it. It's all about growing up. Embrace it. It's my parents were always like, embrace these things. You're Asian in an all-white city. Embrace it. Shitting your pants isn't the same thing as growing up Asian. Well, kind of. Kind of is. A lot of people are like, you're the kid who shit your pants, right? Or you're the Asian kid. Same thing. It's a burden you hold as a child growing up. So I cried a little bit, I pulled myself together, I went outside and I pretended, you know, I'm gonna act like I didn't shit my pants. And so I continued to play, I had so much fun. And the mom was like, you smell that? Smells funny. And she checks the garbage, and I'm like a little proud at that moment, like, man, dude, can my body produce like the same smell as decomposed trash? Like, that's kind of awesome. And so we went the whole play date without her like asking, like, did you shit your pants? And which was great. And then my mom picked me up, and I get in the car, and then we're pulling out the driveway, and they're like waving at us with a weird look on their face, like, I think it was him who shit his pants. And my mom immediately was like, did you shit your pants? I'm like, yes, I shit my pants. Because I trust that woman. She's dealt with my shit for years before this. And you would think that's the end of the story, but it's not, because you know, I thought I would have to live with this for the rest of my life as a kid who shit his pants on a play date. But I ended up actually a few months later. My dad found another job in Erie, Pennsylvania. He wasn't like looking for a job because I embarrassed and like ruined the family's reputation. Should be crazy. Like, hello, are there any jobs in Pennsylvania? My son shit his pants. How am I supposed to be a doctor in this town? It's not what happened. So we moved to Pennsylvania. 2 years later, we went back, and my whole family was excited to go back and visit Marshalltown, Iowa, because they had friends there. They had people to visit. They spent years with these people, and I was only 5 at the time, so I had nothing to visit. So my mom, for some reason, thought, you know what I'm going to do? While we're away visiting our friends that we have relationships with, I'm going to call up that kid that you had a play date with, and you're gonna hang out there. I haven't gotten over my OCD at this point. Somehow I've escaped not shitting in public places up until then. I think you guys know what's gonna happen. I fucking shit my pants again at this place 2 years later. They haven't seen me. The only thing they remember me by is the kid who shit his pants. Like I was some returning, like, awesome rock band that they loved. They're like, oh, did you hear CJ the shitting pants kid is back in town? Let's check out what he's got in store. Whoa, okay, encore, pretty cool. But honestly, what happened when I shit my pants there, and I walked out. I was like, I did this before. Just walk out there, act like nothing happened. They took one whiff, and then we sat down in the living room and didn't say anything for the rest of the play date. My mom came and picked me up. Like I felt like I gave them closure at the very least. My mom came pick me up. They weren't on the porch waving at us goodbye. My mom's like, did you shit your pants again? I was like, yeah, that's what I do apparently. I don't want to be the Asian kid. I want to be the kid who shits his pants. But it would be great though if because it happened 2 years later. If I didn't do this, but I feel like I want, if I have kids, if I visited there 2 years later and kept doing it every 2 years. This weird Asian character from mythology. The kid who visits his hometown to shit and remind people it goes into the toilet. I feel like if I have a kid, the first time they shit their pants, I'm like, you remember this. We're visiting the same spot in 2 years. You're gonna shit your pants. All right, thank you very much, everybody.
DJ Toledano, everybody.